It's Friday the 23rd of April. My name's Juan Brown. You're watching the Blanco Lirio channel. It's been a very busy week here on the Blanco Lirio channel, of one video per day, getting caught up after Sun and Fun. Today we have the final report from the NTSB of the B-17 crash in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Let's start off with the probable cause and findings from the NTSB report. Probable cause and findings. The National Transportation Safety Board determines the probable causes of this accident to be the pilot's failure to properly manage the airplane's configuration and airspeed after he shut down the number 4 engine following its partial loss of power during the initial climb. Contributing to the accident was the pilot/maintenance directors, that's Mac McCauley, one guy. He's the the chief pilot for the B-17 and the maintenance director for the B-17. Inadequate maintenance while the airplane was on tour, which resulted in the partial loss of power of the number 3 and number 4 engines. The Collings Foundation's ineffective safety management system, SMS, so they did have a safety management system, but it was not properly maintained, which failed to identify and mitigate safety risks, and the Federal Aviation's inadequate oversight of the Collings Foundation SMS. Remember the FAA DPE, the designated guy to look over the Collings Foundation, passed away some 2 years before this accident and was never replaced. Findings: personal issues, incorrect action selection pilot. Personal issues, incorrect action performance pilot. Aircraft, general, incorrect use or operation aircraft. Airspeed, not attained or maintained. Personnel issues, scheduled/routine maintenance personnel. Organizational issues, adequacy of a safety program, operator. Organizational issues, oversight of operation, FAA/regulator. For safety recommendations, the NTSB has the following analysis. 1. The need for an appropriate regulatory framework for living history flight experience, LHFE flights, including maintenance and management policies and procedures, which I thought we already had. 2. The need for increased FAA oversight of LHFE operations. And 3. The need for FAA oversight of LHFE operations safety management systems, SMS. And this all plays into the broader theme that the NTSB wants to see done, is a tightening up of some of the loopholes that are found in FAR Part 91 revenue operations and certain FAR Part 135 revenue operations. So what does all this mean? Well, first off, I don't want to go back over and rehash the whole accident over again. As is typical with a lot of my videos, they're in a series of videos, so if you've been following this story, you know exactly what happened, and there's nothing in the report that's really any different than what we've been talking about this whole time. What we have here is a giant organizational problem. We've got Mac McCauley at the top of the pyramid of the B-17 program, the most experienced and well-respected B-17 pilot flying in the country today, but it's Mac's baby. He is determining everything about this aircraft, from who's going to fly with him, how they're going to work with him as a co-pilot, and the entire maintenance of this aircraft as well. One thing I'd like to see done in these investigations, and it might be helpful, is a bit of a forensic financial analysis. People are paying for a ticket to ride, but where's that money going? Is it going appropriately into the maintenance of the aircraft or not? These are nonprofit organizations, but as a director of an organization, you can pay yourself a pretty good salary out of that organization. How does the money, follow the money in other words, how does that all work out in one of these organizations? And how was it that the money did not get spent on the maintenance that the B-17 so desperately needed and was so very evident in the teardown of these engines? Regarding the failure of the safety management system, theoretically the safety management system would have caught this this failure in leadership from the very top of the organization. But nobody wanted to discuss the elephant in the room, and that elephant in the room being Mac McCauley himself. If you wanted to fly the B-17, you had to fly with Mac McCauley, doing it his way. If you wanted to work on the B-17, you had to do what Mac McCauley told you to do regarding the maintenance of the B-17, or you were off the program as well. And I suspect this sort of top-down pressure, nobody wanted to really complain about it via the SMS program, or you wouldn't get to participate in the B-17 program. The Living History Flight Exemption Program is that special program developed by Warbird operators to allow those Warbird operators to take people for rides on these Warbirds that are not within the specifications of the FAA framework for aircraft that you are able to use for revenue flights. The LHFE program is a great program and follows FAR Part 135 regulations very closely when it comes to buying a ticket to ride. But the example set by the Collings Foundation here in this recent accident has jeopardized that program for nearly all Warbird operators at this time, and all Warbird operators are now experiencing increased FAA scrutiny of their programs as a result of this accident. Out at Sun and Fun, I had a nice discussion with Scott Perdue of the Flywire Aviation YouTube channel. Scott Perdue, a Warbird pilot, B-25 pilot himself. I want to send you over to his channel for that discussion, as he captured great video and audio of that discussion. I also want to thank Scott Perdue for following through and helping the NTSB in a couple of aspects of this accident investigation as well. So go check out Scott's channel on the links below. The Blanco Lirio t-shirts, I just got a handful of these. These are kind of iron-on, not very good quality t-shirts, but I'm getting a lot of requests to buy these things, so I might have to eventually do something about it. I'm still working on that. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. It's been a very busy week. I gotta go. See you here.